Milton.
Well, it's a bird. It's a plane. But if you're in Jackson this weekend, it's mostly going to be a hot air balloon, of course, on days it's not as active in weather, because the annual Jackson Hot Air Jubilee is coming to town.
That's right. And this year's extra special because it's the Jubilee's 40th anniversary. And so to kick off the weekend, Claudia is in Jackson at the Ellis Sharp Museum with the people behind the balloon, not the wheel this time, for this weekend's event. Hey, Claudia.
That's right, you guys. We are flying in style this weekend in Jackson, and we are not talking about planes. No, we are talking about hot air balloons, and we can't do that, of course, without a pilot. But don't worry, we found one. We have a pilot right here. This is Janet. She came all the way from Ohio to be here for this weekend's Jubilee. But did you drive or did you take a balloon here?
No, we drove.
You drove, okay.
Yes.
Saving the balloon flying for this weekend, of course. But first, thank you so much for being here and agreeing to talk to us. I am so excited to talk about this event. So first, let's start with the basics, because I think a lot of people, they think about hot air balloons and they hear Jubilee, but really for people who haven't been, what is a hot air balloon Jubilee?
It's like any hot air balloon event. You get a group of hot air balloon pilots together, and you have camaraderie, and you inflate your balloons. We fly in the mornings and the evenings for the event, for a show, for the community.
Yeah, and so with that, the cool thing about this is you don't have to be, since they're so high in the sky, you don't have to be like up super close, so people throughout the community can see them.
Right.
That's so cool. But I think a lot of people, when they hear of this, they expect to see a lot of balloons in the sky, and I always thought it'd be a few, but there are a lot. I think like up to 30 or so balloons. What are you most looking forward to about this event?
This is my first time here at Jackson Hot Air Jubilee, and I'm just anxious to find out what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you have pretty early launch times. I believe 7 a.m. one of the mornings. That's really early. So are you excited about it? What are you most looking forward to when it comes to the flying?
Just enjoying the community, and because wherever we land, we're always meeting people, and because we're typically landing in the property owners, and we have to speak to the property owners, and so far it's been really nice to have a nice community welcoming us.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for me, I've never actually seen this before, so I think it's really cool to look up in the sky and see all the balloons. And this weekend, of course, will be absolutely amazing. Now, we are actually inside. We planned to do this conversation outside, but because of the weather, we had to move inside. And that's kind of how the business of flying in commercial and hot air balloons goes. So how do you adjust to those changes?
We have our parameters that we watch for as far as weather goes, like wind parameters, whatever you're comfortable with. Typically, if the winds are 10 miles over, we don't fly. Or if the upper winds are real strong, we won't fly. And of course, if there's any weather around the vicinity, we won't fly.
Yeah, so you definitely need like the best conditions possible. So meteorologists, pay attention. We need the best conditions possible. But coming up, we are going to talk more about you and your career in this industry. So don't go away, because we are going to hear all your story. But for now, we're going to send it back to the studio. But stick around; you're not going to want to miss this.
All right, Claudia.